Hello, men. Today I want to talk about situational awareness. Do you have good situational awareness? Or are you one of those people that are clueless that walk around and don't see what's coming next? Something to think about. A lot of people are so distracted with other things they don't see the clear and present danger often that's coming at them. The car that is going to run the red light, the car that's running the stop sign because they're not looking. They're just assuming because the crosswalk light turns green that it's safe to cross without looking or listening to the approaching traffic. At the retreat, the Attractive Man retreat with Jeff, we did a segment where we talked about situational awareness, and then James, the firearms instructor, even covered it because he made an excellent point. If people are more situationally aware, they actually avoid most of the problems. It's because they're not situationally aware that they actually end up having an issue. Something to think about. The next day after the retreat, I was taking a walk that morning in Phoenix, and I watched a mother with three kids, two of them under the age of 5, cross an extremely busy street. The mother had her head shoved so far up her phone, she never looked at her kids. Had a car been turning right on green, or if a car would have been running a red light, she could have done nothing to protect them. She was more concerned about her phone when crossing 6 lanes of traffic than she was her children, which was pretty sad. Get back to Kansas City the next day, and within an hour, I see a mom and a child stepping out between two cars, one of them an SUV, almost get hit by another vehicle. Would have been 100% the mom's fault. She was literally 3 car lengths away from the intersection, but was too unaware or lazy to walk down to the intersection and cross the street, or even look out between the cars when she crossed. Saw somebody else on their phone come out between 2 cars, but they caught themselves as they got a full step out in what would have been traffic, and then they looked real quick. Fortunately, no cars were coming, but these people are just clueless. Are you? Or are you situationally aware? Do you sense when something's not right? Do you see the car about to run the red light? Do you see people acting differently and realize they're shoplifting at the store? Do you notice when your wife is upset or getting upset? Or are you caught by surprise when the feminine storm erupts? Just curious. Situational awareness. One of the things when people talk about this, it's called the OODA loop. Observe, orient, decide, and act. Goes back to some study and a fighter pilot did about being aware of your surroundings and then reacting based on what you see. So, are you aware? Are you observing your surroundings? Are you processing that information? Or are you checking a status update on Facebook? So, in looking at situational awareness and some of the things related to it, there's 2 key things that make you or hinder your ability to be highly situationally aware, and they are tiredness and fatigue. If you're not getting a good night's sleep, you're exhausted, and distractions. And I think the greatest distraction that we've seen in modern day times is the cell phone and fatigue. You're just not processing as quickly. 7 or 8 hours sleep every night is crucial, guys. Plain and simple, it has an impact. When you're in your 20s, you can get away with a night or 2 without much sleep. When you're in your 50s, it catches up with you a lot quicker. If I go more than 1 night short on sleep, it hits me and it hits me hard. And I'm dragging and I know it. And do not think that you can mask everything with some caffeine. That's not the answer. To be quite honest, you still have slower reactions cognitively. It's just that you think you're more alert than you truly are. So we need you to be situationally aware. This is when you're at home and you notice your wife is upset or something has upset her. This allows you to decide how you wish to respond, because we're not going to react. Sometimes your decision to act or respond may be to do nothing and let the storm pass, knowing it will right itself in a matter of time. Or if she's been under a lot of stress and other things are going on, you might take a Steve Horseman play and go, hey, want a cup of coffee? Or my way of doing it is, How about a glass of wine? Either or, something to get them to get off focus of whatever is causing them the stress and the anger and the frustration. See if you can get the train of thought back on track into something more positive. So get a good night's sleep for good situational awareness, and don't be distracted. So put your cell phone up. What's more important, being fully present with the people you're with at that point in time, or checking a status or an update on Facebook? And honestly, that means even with work stuff, sometimes you need to turn down the ringers on the phone and be present. I know back when I was married, I had a no phone at the table policy, and I would turn my ringers off and just have the phone on vibrate, and ignored pretty much everything during dinner. I had a California branch that was still working when it was my dinner time, and I had a little code for one of the managers there, what he needed to do to get me to actually check my phone during dinner. Otherwise, I ignored everything because anything can wait for about an hour, is how I looked at it. All right, guys. Pay attention to your surroundings, be situationally aware, and have a great week. You got this.